got to tell you one more thing. I have so many things I want to tell you. I'll tell you. Every time I walk past that skate ramp there, the Nimbin skate park.
Shame!
It is a shameful thing, man. This is our local member, National, what's his name? Thomas National. I'm getting the body mixed up, see. I tell you, him and Ian Causley, we seriously need help, mate. And the $250,000 or the $500,000 spent on the police for our riot would have built that twice over, mate. That's shameful. It's shameful, mate. Jungle, you know, there's some good people in the Premier's Department who want to get us funding for Jungle Patrol. We could have had 2 years daily Jungle Patrol on our streets for what they spent on the police this weekend. Steve Bolt. I want to introduce you to Steve Bolt. He's been giving legal advice sessions in the town hall over the weekend. He's a terrific guy. He used to work Redfern Legal Service, mate, for years. You know, getting $50 a week. You know those guys. Lawyers who do that, they're as rare as rocking horse shit.
Thank you, Mike. Happy MardiGrass to everybody, each and every one of you. Don't do that anymore. Look, I'm not going to tell you all the reasons why the drug laws are stupid, you know that. Can't they hear me? I reckon they can hear what I'm talking about. I reckon they agree with me already and they can hear what I'm saying. I'm not going to tell you all the reasons. You know the reasons. You know why it's a stupid law, always has been, always will be. You know that it creates more crime than it causes. You know that it's your right, our right, to poison ourselves a little bit if we want to. If you want to smoke tobacco, if you want to drink beer, if you want to drink alcohol, if you want to smoke a joint, I reckon that's your choice. May not be the best idea. Sometimes it's not. There is a problem with psychosis. There is a problem with people smoking too much pot. Sure there is. I've got no problem saying that. There's a lot of trouble with people who drink too much alcohol. It's people who smoke too many cigarettes. Everything about drugs of any sort is dangerous if you do it the wrong way and okay if you do it the right way. Pretty much right, isn't it? Well, what's the law say? The law say everything you do about cannabis is illegal. Everything you do about alcohol is okay, as long as if you've got a pub, you've got to have a licence, okay. A few rules, a few regulations. You can't do this, you can't do that, but pretty much you can go and buy a beer if you want one. If you're a certain age, if you're not already intoxicated. There's a few sensible laws around alcohol. There are no sensible laws about marijuana. The laws about marijuana are left in the hands of the police to enforce. Some people at MardiGrass this weekend have been very unlucky and have got little slips of yellow paper to make them go to court. To get fined in some way maybe, or some kind of penalty. We don't know how many, but a few. I've spoken to a couple of them. Now, how unlucky is that, getting busted at MardiGrass for having 5 grams of pot? What's the world coming to? Well, every day the drug laws are enforced in a way that is selective. They have sniffer dogs hanging around Newtown Station every Friday, have done for years and years. Do they ever go to the North Shore? No. They take sniffer dogs down Oxford Street in Sydney pretty regularly. They take sniffer dogs to certain places where they know they might catch a few hippies and get a few people who might be not ordinary people. But do they go through the nightclubs that the stockbrokers go to and look for a bit of cocaine? No way. 2 new laws are about to be introduced. You know, the discussion about the drug laws and how stupid prohibition is has been going on for so long. Most of us have heard the argument so many times. I was thinking it's like, you know, sometimes you're at a party or something, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not stoned, you're straight, and you have the misfortune to talk to someone who's off their tree. And they're trying to convince you of something, and they tell you all these reasons, you say, no, what about this? It's like us talking to the government is like we're the straight people, and they're stoned as, and they're trying to explain what they're trying to do, and it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. If they want to send a message, what's the message? Is the message, if it's legal, it's good, if it's illegal, it's bad? Is that the message? Does that make tobacco good? Does that make alcohol good? No. What's the message? 2 new laws I'm about to introduce later this year. First one is about roadside testing of drivers, saliva testing. Not yet introduced, not yet. Next year's MardiGrass might be a very different thing. I reckon by next year's MardiGrass will be in place. Random roadside testing, same as what they do for alcohol. And what they say is, you do a bit of a swab thing, and it's meant to indicate whether or not you've been using cannabis within the last 4 hours. That's what they say. Been doing something similar in Victoria. There's a few complaints that people have, I didn't have a smoke since yesterday, still got busted. Who knows how reliable that technology is? That's about to come in sometime soon. Look, I've got to say, I've got no problem. I think there is a problem about people who smoke too much and drive cars. I think there should be a law that says if you're intoxicated with alcohol or with cannabis or with speed or anything else, you should not drive a car. That's a sensible law. Let's have some sensible laws about cannabis. I don't mind sensible laws about cannabis, but a law that says you cannot have a joint and then drive a car, and if you're intoxicated or not doesn't matter, when there is no proof at all that a particular indicator on a swab is going to indicate whether you're intoxicated or not, but only whether you've been smoking pot for 25 years. What does that prove? How does that improve the respect that all of us should have? I think, I'm a lawyer, pardon me for saying this, I think we should respect the law, but I think the law should be made to be able to be respected. And stupid laws that are so obviously stupid are going nowhere. The second law they're about to introduce, also not yet written down, at least not released to the public, a law that makes it different for the number of hydro plants you grow compared to bush bloods. Oh, that's because they're stronger. 25 times stronger than, but come on. Is there a difference? I don't know. I'm not convinced. Is there any evidence? I haven't seen it. Where's it coming from? It's coming from the same mindset that says cannabis is a bad thing. Young people smoke cannabis, they think differently. We don't want that to be happening. It is an attempt, pure and simple, to stop people smoking. That's not a secret. They've been saying they're trying to do that for years. But it's just trying to tweak the system to make it a bit more hard. Because most people in the cities, sadly, don't have this lovely open space to share. And a lot of the pot that gets sold in the big cities comes from is grown under lights. A lot of the pot that's around here is apparently grown under lights. Well, what's the difference though in strength? What's the difference in the psychotic producing value? None. None. But they make a law that says if you, when they introduce this apparently, if you grow 6 or 7 plants or whatever it might be hydro, the maximum penalty you're looking at is now 10 years jail. Now what is that? That is, did I say stupid before? I'll say it again. How are we going to stop this? I don't know. We've been coming here for years. It's good that people come in so many numbers. All the announcements before MardiGrass, oh, there's going to be cops everywhere. Watch out, it's getting tough.
We're not scared.
Well, we might be scared a little bit, but mostly we're determined. Mostly we're determined to keep fighting until this law changes, and mostly we're determined to go back home if we don't live here and to tell our friends and our relatives and our workmates and to make sure that the word is not snuffed out, whatever laws they bring in, whatever police powers they have, whatever police powers they have to stop and search you, whatever police numbers they can put on the streets at Nimbin, however many horses they can have, we will not be moved, except we will be moved forward.
Does she look like a criminal? She wants to know if she looks like a criminal, guys. Is that a criminal? Hey! She is. She's telling us she's a criminal. Bless her heart, mate. The poor, everyone knows I'm a walkover in Nimbin, you know. The poor old police. They're not that dumb. They got these voices in their head saying, mate, this is terrible, you know, these poor hippie people. There's real criminals out there. Oh, I saw that Ganja Faeries, she was beautiful. I got these poor guys, they gotta go home. Forgive them, I think they know not what they do. It's a tragedy, mate. At the same time, you gotta be strong. We are it. You know, the gods and goddesses, mate, have a look at yourselves. We're making the planet. Own it. You guys in blue, you've sold out.